Smith boat, Paul Gaston from Aussie. G'day Paul, if you're out there listening. I know good luck today. I know you're racing the big 20 later on today over there in Oz, and we'll be catching up and talking about it. Just gets a little bit aggressive on the wheel, I think, Lockie. I know Richard Bird's been spending a fair bit of time with him trying to calm the foot throttle down, which seems to be working. Just a little bit, attacks the course a little bit early, and of course he is only a rookie this year, so it is a new season for him. This is sounding good so far, so good.
Yep. Yeah, well, it is very important to drive very smoothly in order to get the times cranked down. But you know, when it's easy to say drive smoothly, but when you hop into these type of things, it's quite hard to back off.
Absolutely, he's just gone the wrong way. He's done several there. He'd be frustrated with himself. It's the same corner. It's actually his own corner down there at Fowler Homes. When he comes through the kink, comes through the cutting, we call it baldy. Here it is. They're going to be working hard to... No, he's missed it again. I tell you, he's having an absolute brain fart, and Mary out there, he'd be filthy with himself, but he's got to get used to his own island, which is Fowler Homes. That's the one that's cost him.
It is. It is, and we've noticed that a number of times this morning, coming through the little squiggles there, and you just got to keep in the back of your mind that when you come out of that tricky little bit, just to make that first left, and it's caught a few people out. They've carried on straight, so
I've been
that's something
away.
that a number of drivers are going to have to work on today.
Yeah, I've really been surprised. I mean, it's not the first time we've run this rotation, Sam, and I mean, both you and I know there's a lot of thought goes into that kink, and you're thinking, can I do it, can I not, can I straight line it?
Yep.
And you just have that split second, but that's all it is.
Yep.
1 second, and it's all over. Tim Betsy Betts, local Jaffa, builder, here in the 90, the old Mac Craft. Had an absolute crapper of a time down there in Hastings. I felt sorry for Betsy. He didn't even get off the trailer.
He didn't even get off the trailer, and what put salt in the wounds was he lost his keys to get out of there. So
that's right.
He was Barry Attling from the start.
Oh, wasn't he? He had an absolute mare, and let's hope things change. But absolute lovely guy. And of course, Betsy's navigator, Violet Tendency, which is oh no, that's the boat's name. That's not the navy. So I do say give.
Talking about brain farts.
Yeah. Talking about it was a cracker. that was a real smelly one.
Yeah.
Jo Kapua is the navigator, and she is a truckie, a tipper truck or something. So there you go. For all the way, I haven't met Jo before. So have you done that yet?
No, we've had a number of working bees and Meremere Auckland Jetsprint Club meetings, and Tim showed up from the very first one, and everyone took to him like crap to a blanket, really. He's a lovely guy. Would do anything for the club, and he's really passionate about the sport, so we really hope he does well. Oh,
beautifully. Nice tidy across the line there. We haven't got a time up yet there for Betsy, but I know he did kick one out of the park there, so he'll be happy. I know he had some rotation. There's a big clap going on there from Jo, so maybe she's telling him to slow down. I'm not too sure what's going on there, but there's a bit of waving going on. Here comes the Ferganator. Ray and Nikki Ferguson, Westview Aluminium 151, beautifully presented Sprint Tech hull. Ray very focused on the job, eyes on the prize today. He will want to be right at the top of the ladder, and he's all about confidence.
Ray and Nikki coming around the speed bowl, looking to really hoof it down this back straight here. I'm going to go too wide, and he just takes that line just nicely through the middle there. Looking to go around Baldy. Come up to the hairpin here on the right. Little squiggle around the speed bowl again, and again looking to straight line this little squiggle here. Easier said than done. And taking the first left here, as they do, so well done. The transition right around the outside. He's looking to really nail it home. Hoping to plug a time under the 50-second mark, and they do with a 49.391. So that takes them to the top of the leaderboard at the moment. So they'll be happy with that progression.
Sub 50 there from the Fergs, so they'll be pretty happy with that at 49. So of course Fergie. He'll be looking at the board. Tony Tight Top heading out there in Shifty's Bar and Grill Local Express in the old Macraft. So the Naki boys will be looking at that sub 50 going, oh.
Very strong contingent from the Naki. They seem to be growing in numbers.
Nothing wrong with that, mate?
No, not at all. Not at all. They definitely bring a lot of character to the sport, and we love it.
Yeah, we've got a bit of everything up there, and that's what we like to see. And most of us get around in red bands. Oh, Tony high top, leaving that a bit late. I'll tell you what, he was about to clean his teeth with the mouth fresh banners there. He left it that late, but he's come right now. Here comes the split. Let's see what Tony's got. 25. Oh, he's
4.63.
What was Ferg looking at? I mean, we're down to a 22.6 with Ferg, so Tony straight through the cutting. Great Uncle Tony, of course. As he gets himself into the boat and walks it around the course. Borrowed that boat of Buttercup's at Hastings, and he could not believe, and of course Buttercup's boat's not the newest one, he's trying to change it. He could not believe how well that boat went, so funny as you go. Any rate, he's got the right, and he's across the line.
55.291.
Look at
so
that.
That'll take him into second place.
Well, it's...
Even though he wouldn't have been too thrilled about some of those turns there, he left it a little bit late, a couple of wide segments, but still sitting in second place, so...
Well, as you know, Sam, to finish first you must finish, and right. This is what a lot of these guys do not look to. Teasdale's, of course, they had a bit of a hiccup. They had like an engine failure or a wiring box go on them earlier on. Clayton really all elbows and arms, and of course the story is he's looking to, there's a bit of a bet on for Clayton's mullet, which is a fine-looking machine to be shaved off tonight under the cancer for the kids thing. So I'd look, and there is also talk of Super Mario Ross Travers with the massive mow.
And the hands are up in the air, they're not happy. Oh. Something has gone wrong there.
Yeah, we're going in, obviously, the Teasdale contracting machine, which comes all the way from the deep south. That's not good news, people. So he's managed to get that boat going again, but obviously they're not happy enough to carry on. So I really, really hope the worst thing is they only have Waven boat to go with. So there we have it. The genius child, Ruben Hoxema, has just given me some pit goss. And apparently they did blow a water hose off the engine earlier on and cook the motor. So things they may well have done some head damage or a head gasket damage there.
Yeah, things could have gotten worse for Clayton. I don't think he would be looking forward to shaving the old mud flap off.
Oh. Show us your crack, Nova's boat, and Stu battling with it, really disappointed he was 4 seconds off the play at Hastings and could not believe after all the work and hours they'd done in the shed they were still 4 seconds away, but he's beavered away, reckons he's found some more, and I hope he does. Tidy show of it so far, round the top. He just needs to get that rotation right. That's where he blew out. Getting down to the money end. The split is going to tell us a story.
Around the hairpin as he comes through the split with a 23.844.
So he's up enough. That's
not too bad. That's not too bad.
The cutting stays up it.
First left here.
Oh, there it is.
Here we go.
Well, there we have it. The arms are up. It's got him again. Fowler Holmes, you've got to hug it.
When we talk about money corners, there's normally a hairpin or something along those lines, but here it seems to be the old little squiggle and then that first left.
Yeah. No, it's going to really be at him. He knows he's filthy about it. This is where the red mist comes in. This is normally where you think, you know what, I'm just angry. You just want to show everyone you can still drive, but you actually do more problems.
You do. You can't help but try to make up that time, but there's no coming back from it.
Nah. Okay, he's crossing the line. That's blown out, unfortunately. Stu Latham, he'll be disappointed. Certainly looking to improve, but I know he's now had 3 correct rotations, but 2 of them have been actually nav errors, or he's got the rotation wrong. I wouldn't call them nav errors because I'm pretty sure he's been told where to go. He's just having a problem in the driver's seat.
That's right. From a driver's standpoint, it's always good hearing a navvy error, even though it's your fault.
Phil Durkee thinks he's super quick today. Here he goes. He's got better and better in the old Jetco design machine. Right. He's actually improving so much, Sam. You know, when you look at him season back, for a guy who's, look at the way he's getting down the park here. He's aggressive. All he wants to do is succeed.
He's persisted with developing this hull and and jet unit and everything, and he's just really taken great strides and improving this thing, because like you said, we see it time and time again, meeting after meeting, with a split time of 24.107.
Not quite as good as what we saw from Stu Latham there, but I'll tell you what, he's not far off it. I mean, of course, he's got the rotation right.
Oh, he's definitely pushing hard.
2 corners to go. Round the speed bowl, he can open it, tapped here. All he's going to do is bring it home. He's going to do tidy enough. Don't think it's going to be a sub 50, but he's certainly got one on the board.
52.289.
I think he'll be reasonably happy with that, Sam. I think he'll be drowned back, and like I say, yeah, you only got to be there. He's got to hover. Next boat out, Elite Kitchens. You talk about Team Taranaki, and this is a beautifully prepared boat.
Great representation of Team Taranaki.
Of course, you know this engine very well. Ex-motor that's taken you to many, well, I think, was it several? Well, no, two championships, or just one?
Three
championships.
I was lucky enough to have 3 Group A championships. Ricey was another one of those genuine guys that, you know, you could only want to help out. He was looking for a new engine, new hull, and he found himself a new Sprint-Tech. Ordered one of those straight off the production line from Pete, and we had an engine sitting up in Auckland, and we thought, well, why not?
Oh no, I mean, I can't wait. I think he's growing as a racer, and of course he did so well in Speedway, top of his game. He's one focused guy, nice guy. Faye, lovely. She's a pilot, flies the old stunt planes, believe it or not. But Ricey is one to watch, and he's heading to the Worlds, and I tell you what, I love him. I call him the dark horse at every meeting, because I believe he is just getting better and better and better every meeting. It's confidence that gets him. It's just the rotation. He's got the package.
Yeah.
The split we'll be watching. Ricey, a little bit ugly as he goes around the top of mouth fresh here, but he gets away with it. The Sprint-Tech, he's lighting her up early. Like you say, we've seen a couple of 22s and a 23. We've got a 23, 150. The all-important cut. Through the cutting.
Looking to make that first turn as he does.
Finally, he's got it the third time round. He's actually nailed that rotation area, which normally got him. He's got away with it this time. He'll be happy. Faye's got the old arm waving. Everything's looking good.
Yeah,
I think
everything's looking aggressive.
This could be the day. Don't know if it's going to be a sub 50.
Definitely going to be a sub 50.
Oh, don't know what happened there.
Rolled off at the end there.
Yeah, I think he did. I think you called it well.
Finishes with a 50.072. Which could have been a lot quicker if he kept the old pedal down, but obviously, like you said, first you must finish, so he'll be looking to just obviously build each time he goes out.
Yeah, he'll be probably not something we need to tell him. You should always charge past the line, and Sam knows this, and I know this from previous championships and the way you do. You see that yellow wire, you think, I'll just go to across it, I'll pull out, but the actual boat needs momentum.
Actually, from what the crowd and what we will notice here,
Absolutely.
when the boat actually breaks that line, the time will still carry on.
That's right.
So there is that little bit of a delay going on there. So, like you said, you do have to charge hard right past that line.
Dean and Aaron Riddick, the old New Plymouth based, open to view. Oh, he gets away with it. Dino, of course, having a real rumble in the jungle, chasing the Taranaki top team. He'd be watching Ricey. He knows he just whacked out a 50, and of course Dean did a 51 previous time out. Through the cutting, a little bit more aggressive.
Nice.
Rotation looks good.
Very nice through there. Looking to make a smooth transition across the wake there.
So far, so good.
Like you say here, all it is just you're looking to hoof it all the way around the outside.
Hold it hammered right down to the end.
Beautiful line through the finish there. And finishes with a sub 50, a 49.983.
Easy as you like it. Aaron looking, I can see the fist pumping going on the boat. Like I say, I know they were watching the time clock. They only care about one thing at the moment, and that's Ricey they were looking at just in front of them. And they've just now twice snuck in front. So there'll be a little bit aggressive going on there. They'll all be chasing.
Ferguson's still sitting in top spot. Seems to be a bit of a leapfrog happening with second, so let's see if Andy Ryan can change the program.
This is the big Wellington bashing that I talk about. So basically we've got Andy, the Ryan, the Lion, coming out now. We've got Hot Rod Harry Whelans and of course Ferg, and these guys are real battlers. They chase it all day long. They go hard. Each one, bit like we talked about the little Taranaki comp going on. Tell you what, the Joker's looking extremely quick here at the old start of this run.
And he's always one to go out of the blocks hard. You go and talk to the crew, and they'll always say to him, "No, I've told him just to take it easy." And as soon as he gets that thing on, he just hoops it and holds on. And he's definitely a character, and he's definitely one to watch.
Oh, he's a character, all right. 22 with the split, so he's there or thereabouts with it as he brings it home now. No problems with the rotation. Caught him last. This is where he had the brain fart last time. Come out of here. He thought, do I go left, do I go right? No problems. Down the end of the island. Is there another sub 50 we're looking at here? Andy the Ryan line.
Looking very healthy at the moment. He does with a 49.727, which again leapfrog second place, sitting in second place, still chasing Ray and Nicky Ferguson.
Yeah, no, I think he'll be filthy about that because at the moment the Fergs are hanging in there and they're just up top. But obviously the Joker ready to pounce. Got that right. Obviously no issues with the boat. He got that air time earlier. He tore the little rear wing off and a couple of bits, a couple of flaps were missing, but we've got it. Here comes a team from the deep south. Carl Bresnell.
Hamish Murray sitting in the silly seat.
Beautifully presented, older styles Stinger, but I tell you what, they come a long way, don't they, Sam?
Yeah, there's no lack in determination and effort from these guys. They come, like I said, from the deep south, and they turn up to every meeting with a smile on their face, and they leave with a smile on their face. So it's great to have them in sport.
Oh, mate, I talk to them, and it takes them sometimes 3 days to get to a meeting and 3 days to get home. So that's dedication. And I mean, like you say, to see them smile, the way they talk, I don't know, the way they act, they're just lovely, lovely people.
Yep.
Split time.
Split time is a 22.636.
Oh, he's hunting. He's having a crack. He's obviously going to go try and hunt Ferg down, so nothing wrong with this.
Still just a smidge behind Ray and Nicky.
He certainly sounds like the motor's tapped out early. He's aggressive and chasing the course, whether it's going to be enough.
A little bit of a bite.
Whoa.
Finishes, wow, with a 48.610.
Oh, and there we have top of the table, Carl Bresnell.
Finally, someone takes the first spot.
He just pointed up to the big screen and said, look at me.
Yep.
I'm on the top of the
You'd be
tree.
stoked with that.
Yeah, mate. Hot Rod, Harry Whelan's and the MF King. Obviously chasing Wellington Scotting votes at this stage.
Harry
Ray
Hardcore.
Ferg.
Harry Hardcore looking to improve on his season so far. He seems to be developing his driving style and the way he approaches each race meet. We see it meeting after meeting this season. He's really improving.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, Sam. I think he's a different, they're a whole different team this year. I've never seen anything like it. The driving's better, the whole attitude, the way they present the boat, the work they're doing to the boat in between.
Boat is looking very settled.
Obviously a brand new Stinger they put together last year. They've put a lot of work into this engine, and like I say, that it's so tight in that little Wellington area. Andy Ryan and Ray Ferg and of course Harry, they're all out of the same club, and there's just nothing in them.
The split time of 22.816.
So that was pretty close to Carl Bresnell.
It's not too bad.
Out of the juice there, took it a lot out of the cutting, but the rotation is right, so he really came off getting through that cutting.
It's beautiful through that part. Heading for home. Around the big sweep, a little kink here, punching over the finish line. Finishes with a 49.780.
Nothing wrong with that. 49.780.
Like what we said, with a boat that's well settled, it makes it so much easier to drive. You can just really give it the jandle, and it will respond.
Yeah, so there we have it. Carl Bresnell at this stage still holding P1 with a 48, Ray Ferg with a 49.3, Andy Ryan with a 49.7, Harry Whelan's with a 49.7. So there was that tussle I'm talking about. What we're looking at, Neil Big Deal Marshall, absolutely looking quick there earlier. Neil Orange Peel, he was a bit greasy and slippery earlier. But here we go, watch her, the big black tracker, Eagle Automotive, as he winds her up. She'll come Randy, the split will be a cracker. Really good to see this boat back. Neil, super aggressive with his driving, very focused, only cares about one thing, and that's winning. Round he goes, straight into Altherm. We'll have a look and we'll get that split to you real quick. There we have it.
It's a nice split too with a 22.151.
This stage, he is up. So he's chasing it, aggressively hits the kink. This is where he went wrong. Got the rotation right this time.
Nice. Looking to hard it. And slightly log going around there.
Yeah, just loaded up. I must admit, Sam, you could hear the unit log up. So coming around to the finish, is the Eagle about to soar? Look at
Big
that.
Deal does. With a 47.196. So he'd be stoked with that.
Big Deal just made Michelle squeal. He's looking up and he's at P1. He'd be happy with that. Super Mario kicks
Super
off.
Mario, here he comes.
He'll be looking at the board too now. They've got to drive past the big
What
screen.
overalls is he rocking today?
No, apparently he's got his
Is
own back.
Is he?
Yeah, so he's all stitched
Is
up.
he velcroed up?
He's all ready to roll. Here we go. Photo time. Ross Travers. We've just seen Neil Marshall. As I said earlier, I believe the top 5 boats in this Group A, there's going to be nothing in it. It's going to be down to the wire. Hastings was exciting. These guys are 1/100th of a second. We had 5 boats.
Yep.
I've never seen a racing like it in 4 or 5 years. It's just so good, and it's certainly already unfolding today. Ross, aggressively in.
Yeah, very aggressive.
What do we need? 21, low 22?
He's looking for a 22.15, and he does.
Oh,
Pip
just
that
about.
just
Oh,
22.013.
that was, he's slightly
Looking
under
for
Neil
the
Marshall
car.
at the moment at the split.
He seems to find a straight line and everything, doesn't he?
I don't know how he does it. He makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
Lovely out of there. Notice his unit did not load up. Not a problem.
Yep.
This will be the difference. So, hunting Neil Marshall down. Ross, Super Mario Travers.
He's looking to pip him, and he does
Oh.
with a 46.877.
It's already starting to unfold. One comes out, the other one comes and beats it. They've got to drive past the big screen. They see the times. Ross looks up. Shane's, they just know they've just pulled 0.2 on Neil Marshall. It was not very long. He got to shine at the top of the tree. The squeal.
Very, very short-lived.
Yeah,
It's
squeal.
almost like a Waikato Ranfilly Shield game.
How true is that? Here we go, 222. Elf Cool.
The monster and the beast.
Rick Burke. Lovely presented boat. Great to see them back.
Great characters.
Oh, absolute characters of the sport, and they drive hard. I thought he was a bit ginger on it earlier, but this looks like more an aggressive start. They'll know about now they need that 3. They need to be on the board and driving properly because anything can happen from here. Always an interesting sound, this boat. It revs, it really revs. It's a screamer.
Yeah, they've definitely turned the volume up on it this season. It seems to have a lot more bark than last season.
That's what I thought. I thought there's obviously been a bit of work done. Here goes our split time. Oh, slightly blown out on
sluggish
Ross.
for Rick and Alf with a 22.915.
Yeah, 0.9.
Looking to make that up.
Yeah, bit of work to do. No problems with the rotation, but there's certainly right there.
As you can
That's
see, it
down.
looks like they're trying to make it up. Very aggressive.
Boat jumping out of the water in between the mouth fresh back here. I just think it's that's going to be a timely one too. You know and I know that's super, super important at the end of the day. Cross the line.
48.658.
Okay, we've got Ross Travers at the top of the tree with a 46.87. Neil Marshall with a 47.196. Carl Bresnell, there you go.
The dark horse.
The dark horse in the
Talking about
maroon.
dark horses.
Yeah,
There's one right there.
Yeah, talk about buddy Team Marooned. And they've jumped right in there. And Rick Burke just punching across the line. We still have got Ollie Silverton. We still have Cy Gibbon to come. I tell you, will these two, we know they'll go hunting them.
A couple of boats that are dear to our hearts. My old hull and Si.
It is too.
Yeah.
I-
Still as rapid as ever. And hoping not to be too rapid. And big Oliver slip it in. Looking to slide on into P1 again. So as we hear Si Gibbon backing off the trailer.
Well, you've got quite a few spares here today. So basically we've got Sean Rice with your old engine.
Yep.
You've got Cy Gibbon here with Nova Sharshie Crack with your old hull.
Yep.
Ollie
Buttercup
Yep.
with our old hull.
Yeah, Buttercup as well. So I'll tell you, you're a bit of a you're as bad as me. I get accused of all this, the shed wheeling and dealing.
We'll let you keep that label, mate.
I'm Barry's boatyard. You're Sam's shipwreck. Here we go. Cy Gibbon chasing down a 46. An aggressive start. What can Novus do? Look at the way this hull starts and sits in the water. It always looks bloody good.
Just rolling off just to keep that control. Looking to come around boardy, which is trickier than it actually looks.
Yeah, you're coming so flat there, don't you?
Yeah.
Split. How are we looking?
A 21.586.
Wow, that is right up there. So that is one of the best splits we've seen so
That
far.
is the very best split.
So we have got it. Cy Gibbon is just punching it. It's like he hits it and it just punches out of the corner. So the jet
Smooth
unit,
this out.
a little bit to go. Chasing down Ross's Super Mario's 46. We could be looking at a 45 here. A little bit of work to do as he brings her across the line.
Just slips into first place with a 46.614.
Just
so there wouldn't be much in that.
absolutely nothing between Ross Travers and Novus, but Novus has just nudged his way in that Renfrew Shield game we talked about Waikato earlier. There
Buy
we
a
have
crack,
it.
mate. Buy a crack.
It's all over because here comes Team PSP, NZ1, Suntough, Ollie and Jess, looking to spoil the party, looking to grab the shield back.
He's really made some good changes in the race since Hastings. We had a club day up here last weekend. He's tried a few things and it's really paid off for him. So he showed me his hands after his qualifying and he said it's been a while since he's had the old hamstring, so it's quite exciting for the big guy.
Mainly work jet unit and the likes of the blade combination jet unit. Is that what's going on, Sam? Well, you're not at liberty to say. We've got a split here. Oh, there we have it.
Yeah, very rapid, 20.945.
So best split yet.
He's looking
Anything
to
you
smooth
can
it
do,
off. Very good.
I can do better.
Nice one.
Suntough, mouth
Bring it
break,
home, Big O.
2 corners. This is looking like a tidy run, and it looks like the Shield might be heading back to Waikato for at least another one more qualifier. Oh,
Beautiful.
45.20. So 45.20. Beautiful run.
Great
Well
effort.
done, Ollie. This is hotting up, and we're only at qual 3. You have just seen it. That is Fowler Homes Group A.
If the mitts weren't given their little shake before, they will be now. You'd be happy with that.
This is going to be one hell of a day. We're going